Hello and welcome to my short film review of Unseen Scars, written and directed by Carl Mackenzie. And the film is a drama about a character called James, played by Andrew Lee Potts, who has returned to civilian life following serving in Iraq in the war, and his struggles to overcome what's happened and how to readjust to civilian life. We see James in therapy because of an incident where he was arrested for drunk driving and some other things that he did. And his partner asks him to go to therapy. He reluctantly attends at first, but starts to see real impact from opening up to the therapist, played by McKell. And the two engage in a very kind of tell all, reveal all situation where they've both been impacted by war and what it does to people returning home from being in that life. There's also James's friends, his crew who he hangs out with. They're also ex-military, some of them anyway, and how a lot of the trauma that these people experience is going unseen, is going under the radar because they aren't opening up about it. They're not having the confidence or the platform to actually speak about the harrowing things they've had to go through and how difficult it is to come back and just fit back into who they were. And one of the plot lines that we see is how this impacted James and his partner. That when he was away, obviously it was very difficult, very traumatic. But when he comes back, it's also just as difficult to try and find a rhythm and find a way for them to actually be together, because that's not the life that they've become accustomed to. We also see James drinking too much, and alcoholism is sort of touched upon. There's also talk about suicide and how that is a big problem for people that are coming back who've been veterans. And one of the things that struck me about Unseen Scars was how authentic it was. And upon a bit more reading and a very kind message from the director Carl about he had a first-hand experience of this. He'd witnessed this with a friend, and then he spent months of research and interviewing before he even wrote the film with families of veterans and with veterans themselves, some of whom I think are in the film. That authenticity really comes through in the movie, and you can tell if you're going to try and tell a story like this, you need that. You need it to come from a genuine place. Otherwise, it's not going to ring true, and it's not going to do justice to the people that it's talking about. And with Unseen Scars, it definitely is a worthy movie. It's a genre where people are going to be familiar with these sorts of stories. In my written review, I talked about Deer Hunter, The Hurt Locker. There's lots of films out there, big ones, small ones, about the impact of war, but that doesn't mean that this isn't a necessary movie. And I think we're in 2025 now. The way in which we experience life and the way in which people are able to open up and talk, there's been a lot of improvements. You can have digital therapy, you can have things online, but there's also a lot of things where it's human interaction, human connection has been removed. We're all being told to live our best life and show our best life on social media and things like that, whereas actually the harsh reality of what people are living with, the emotions that they're feeling, and it's not even just specific to war. Obviously, this is a very extreme case, but this can be happening across the board, where people are becoming depressed, these things going unnoticed and untreated simply because no one's asking them how they're feeling and how they're doing. So yeah, this is a very worthwhile film. It's a worthwhile story. It's told brilliantly, and the filmmaking itself is really strong. I really liked the grading in the movie. It felt harrowing. It felt introspective. It's not bright and shiny. It's moody, which it needs to be. There's a great score. In particular, the scene early on where James is on a bus and he's struggling with this passenger that's on there. He's very wary of him, and the music was really heightened to make you feel the emotions that were bubbling through this character. And that's really crucial to a film like this. We need to feel what James is feeling, and we do. And that's really delivered well. The performances are great, in particular the therapy scenes. So yeah, when you've got Andrew Lee Potts and McKell going at it with each other, it's a very emotional dialogue that's been scripted there. But the performances do justice to that, and you're not looking away at all. You're so absorbed in what they're saying and how it's been delivered, and it felt honest. It felt real, and palpable as well. There's so much going on there. James regales a story about what had happened at Christmas. I'm not going to sort of spoil it, but it was really, really immersive, and that's what you want in a film like this. Other than it being familiar, I can't really fault the film. I think it is just a very, very well made movie. I've seen some of Carl Mackenzie's stuff before, and he's very good at these length movies and delivering something of high quality. And I think here, taking on a story like this is ambitious because, like I said, it comes from a genre of people that have done it very, very well. And to have contributed a movie into that genre that's as good as this is, I'd tip my hat. That is excellent. The film's called Unseen Scars. I don't think it's out yet. We'll do our best to share the trailer and things like that, and we'll post about it. There is also a website, and again, we'll post that, where if you've been affected by any of the themes in this review or in the film, then you can find signposts where you can get help and things like that. But excellent, brilliant.